So with the spring season coming to a close, it gives us a chance to reflect on all the good, the bad, and all the WTF anime that came out this season, giving us a small window of time to reflect on what we just finished watching before diving back into the endless waterfall that is keeping up with seasonal shows. And so, to do this, I think we should start off this reflection of the spring 2018 season right, by looking at a show a lot of us have been watching. Man, I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think this show is that great. I mean, okay, let's start with the positives. First, when it comes to the finale, it is easily the best episode of the entire show, and everything about this episode I really liked. Second, the soundtrack and the sound design for this show was by far the best feature, period. Like, sure, there are other nice qualities you could name, like the art design and some of the characters, but really what I think will shine the most is the music in this anime, and above all else, that is what I'm going to remember from this show. But you know, other than those two things, there wasn't a lot about this anime I really liked. Or rather, keeping this spoiler free, my biggest issue with the show is that the best part of this anime is the fighting. And anytime they're not fighting, this show is frankly just boring. And the fact that there are large chunks and entire episodes where zero fighting happens really irritates me watching this show. But whatever, let's move on to a show that actually surprised me, Musume. Now, in hindsight, this amalgamation of genres that usually would never come together probably wouldn't work usually, but this show somehow made it possible. Like, going into this anime that, again, is basically just a gangbang of a bunch of different genre tropes, you would think this probably wouldn't work, but oddly, it did. Every episode was uplifting and joyous to watch, and if that was all the show was, it would be an okay show. But somehow, this show manages to add to an already full plate by throwing an entire injury arc and actual character motivations into a show that shouldn't be long enough to hold all of this. But again, somehow the show pulls it off. Honestly guys, going into this I was like you. I didn't think this was going to be good, but it was. So ultimately, yes. If you want some fun, cute, uplifting bullshit to watch, you can watch this, cause I really kinda liked it. So let's move on, because in contrast, I finished Tokyo Ghoul, and I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, sure, the finale was decent enough, and I liked most of the fighting in the show. I mean, when there was actual fighting, and not just a Kaneki / whatever the dude's name is getting the shit beat out of them. It's just, I didn't give a shit about any of the characters who died. And the worst part is, I feel like I should've, I just didn't. Overall, the season was fine, I guess. It's just, my biggest problem with Tokyo Ghoul is that it felt more like a long setup than an actually good anime, which, to be fair, that's exactly what it fucking was, since Season 2 comes out in fall 2018, which to me is probably going to be much more enjoyable to watch, since to me, Kaneki is a much more enjoyable character to watch than what we got here, especially since this season ended right when it looked like it was going to get good and interesting. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say, so let's move on to an installment of a franchise that I actually really liked. Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Wow, now that's a mouthful, almost like light novel titles nowadays, but you know what, we don't gotta throw shade, because who would have thought the best way to fix the Sword Art Online franchise was to get rid of the entire cast, and just keep the world, and instead add a whole new list of new characters. I didn't, and you know what, even if I did think that, I didn't think they would actually do it, but you know what, they did it with this anime, and it actually really paid off in my opinion. This anime was a lot of fun to watch, and was easily the best installment in the entire Sword Art Online franchise thus far. And except for the random moments where her gun talks and has a voice for no reason whatsoever, and no one else acknowledges it, I really liked everything about this show. Now, I don't know why I like this anime so much more than the other installments. You know, maybe it's just my general disdain for Kirito and an entire harem of friends that have absolutely no character development, or maybe it's actually, no, that's exactly what I don't like about the other installments, and the fact that he is not in this entire thing made it way more fun to watch. Really, this anime was just a happy, fun show to watch that took all the best parts of the franchise, the world, and the game, and added stuff that was equally fun and lighthearted to watch. And by just getting rid of all the boring stuff in this franchise, it made it infinitely better to watch. So yeah, what more is there to say? If you're into that, watch this. If you really like Kirito, then maybe you won't like this. So moving on. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the name for this, just look at it on the screen. Anyways, I'm starting to get annoyed by this trend of anime this season just ending on huge cliffhangers. Like, we are literally in the middle of this battle and they just decide to cut it right there. And the only difference between this and the Tokyo Ghoul bullshit that happened earlier is that, at least in that show, we know it's getting another season. But here, it's just done. I mean, sure, they're getting a movie or two sometime next year, but like, honestly, what the fuck? I mean, I guess I can go back and watch the original 1988 anime if I want to know what happens, but let's be honest, I'm not gonna do that because, when you are planning to make an anime, you should at least plan to make a complete story instead of just cutting it right where it gets good and being just like, fuck you, go figure it out. So, yeah, just because of principle, I'm not going to go watch the original. And yes, I'm bitter, so we can just move on to something else. Like Golden Kamuy. And you know what? Never mind, because here we go again with another show that ends on a fucking cliffhanger and then announces season 2 will air in fall 2018. You know how every season of anime had like a sort of theme to them? Well, spring 2018 season theme is season 1 of anime that don't tell a complete story until the fall. Because fuck it, why not? Anyways, I thought Golden Kamuy was a very interesting show to watch. Not necessarily enjoyable since I don't really like any of the characters so far, but I really like everything else the anime has to offer, like the interesting facts about hunting and some of the basic facts about Hokkaido and Japan. I really like, and sure, the CGI bear is still pretty jarring to look at, but hey, it's only in like I think 4 episodes, and really, if that's all it is, hopefully they can fix it by season 2, and yeah, I'm gonna watch season 2 when it comes out in the fall, and who knows, maybe it will actually be able to complete the story. We'll find out then. Okay, before I even start talking about this anime, I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to @EricTheRed on Kitsu for tipping me off to this gem before this season started. This anime is easily one of the funniest and most consistently funny anime I have ever seen, and I especially want to stress the consistent part because usually comedy anime, in my experience, the stick or running joke gets old pretty quick and it's just dull by the halfway point of the show. But this anime consistently keeps being funny and always throws in new jokes each episode to keep the energy up all the way through. Not to mention the last scene, without getting into spoilers, was absolutely amazing to watch and was just a great way to end the show. Not to mention all the characters in this show are hilarious to watch. So yeah, if you're into comedy anime, you should definitely check this out. It is easily one of the best things to come out this season. Guys, I'm gonna be real here. The only reason I started watching this anime is because it was being made by Studio Bones and they have a rich history of good anime, so I wanted to give this anime a shot. And ultimately, I'm underwhelmed. I mean, sure, the show isn't bad, it's just not up to Studio Bones standards, which is why I'm disappointed in this anime. There's nothing special about it. Like, there's nothing hidden beneath the surface like a deeper meaning that is waiting to be discovered. Everything about this anime is just average. And while this really wouldn't bother me if it was being made by a different studio, the fact that it was made by Studio Bones, who are behind anime like My Hero Academia, Noragami, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Bungo Stray Dogs is why I'm so disappointed in this show. Again, it's not bad, it's just average. On the bright side though, the ED was really fun to watch, so let's move on. Wait, do you hear that? Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is?
I said, the boys are back in town. 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 The boys are back in town.
And here we are again at the end of another season of Food Wars with another cliffhanger. And ultimately, that's all Food Wars is basically at this point. A bunch of food gatherings and cliffhangers. So you know what, on a scale from 1 to yes, please give me more food gatherings, this is another load of food gatherings. And sure, I'm a bit sad that we're probably not going to get another season for at least another year since we're hella close to the manga right now, so they need time to get ahead, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I liked what we got this season, and it was fun enough for Food Wars, since ultimately, I'm already 4 seasons into this anime, so let's be honest, I'm probably gonna watch the next season whenever it comes out. So yeah, we can just move right on to the next show, which is My Hero Academia Season 3. So, of course, we are only halfway into Season 3 right now, so I'm not really going to talk about this too much, but if you're wondering, yes, the show is still amazing and great to watch, with this season easily, in my opinion, topping the last 2 seasons combined. Like, seriously, the last 2 big fights were absolutely amazing to watch, and they both had me screaming at my TV plus ultra. So, mission accomplished, My Hero Academia, you're still great. So, yeah, let's move on and finally talk about what I feel like was the best show from spring 2018, Tada-kun Never Falls in Love. There are so many feelings right after finishing this anime. For one, it is absolutely beautifully animated, with every shot of Teresa's eyes reminding me of the beautiful eyes in Hyoka. And the whole general atmosphere and background of the show was so warm and cozy to be a part of. But above all else, this anime is your classic love story of 2 young adults finding their way through the road that is life and understanding what love is. And while, yes, this story has been told several times before, something about this anime just makes you love all the characters, which might be where this anime truly shines, because you understand everyone's point of view and there's no real bad guy in this show. Like, for example, Charles isn't a bad guy, he's just a man who wants the best for the woman he loves. And that's how everyone in this anime is. And sure, the anime isn't perfect, there are a couple problems with the show, like underdeveloped side characters, but overall, I really enjoyed what this anime is, and it probably is my personal favorite for spring 2018. So yeah, and remember guys, when the rain stops in your heart, always try to make your heart rainbow. And that just about ends my reflection for everything I watched during the spring 2018 season. And I don't think I forgot anything, guys. Yeah, when I think about it, everything was accounted for here. Oh wait. Yeah guys, don't worry, I didn't forget about Darling in the Franxx, cause that show deserves an entire video all on its own, because wow, that anime turned into a train wreck hella fast, and I still need time to digest all the shit that just went down in the last few episodes. So don't worry, that video will come out in the next couple of days after this one. So until then guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like if you liked it, and comment down below your thoughts on the spring 2018 season and what shows you liked and disliked. Also, if you want, you can check out one of my other videos and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every so often. And without further ado, this is Aniosophy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye and peace.
Surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.